Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall tells me it's 10 past 10 on Friday night. Back at base, missing in action all week. I think that's the first time ever. I was on when Sunday night. Yeah, we got to Killarney Monday night, and we had a 60th birthday party. We went to into Plage. Place for 18 booked for us. I got onto Column on Sunday evening. He'd be a grandson of Eileen's, and already balloons and all in place, and I got a cake out in Sheehan's on Muckross Road. Eileen herself actually cut it up afterwards and they put candles on it. Great meal, great time. And then I gave them time to walk about. We went to Sheehan's and they got around. Well, they were in Sheehan's as well. We're in Reedy's. And the busker wasn't there. My Scottish friend missed him. So we got back, I think, left around 9:30, so I brought them back. Then Tuesday, we've done the jingle. They had a sheep demonstration at 11:15 out on beyond Vintry Harbour, and they went for dinner in the Boxley place there in town, and I picked them up and brought 4 of them to Celtic Steps. I thought to be more of a number, and the 4 that did come wouldn't have been the 4 if I was asked to pick 4, because there were 4 of the younger brigade. I thought the older people might suit the show better, but obviously I didn't sell it to them, or else they just don't go to shows. But the 4 people that did go had a ball, thoroughly enjoyed it, thought it was an incredible night's entertainment, which I always tell people Celtic Steps is well worth money. And that was 2 late nights, so no time for video, because the internet is slow, Wi-Fi is slow in where we're staying. So headed on to Cork. I was beginning to feel a bit groggy on Wednesday morning. All I had was hot lemon and honey for breakfast. I made me a couple of cups of it, and I was feeling just COVID. I'd say we picked up. I think everybody got it on the bus, bar one. I asked, was it Kira this morning? And she said she didn't get it. But there was masks on today, and they were heading back, some of them groggy enough, but they couldn't admit it, you see, because they wouldn't be let on a flight. But I knew I've picked up numerous colds down through the years, and there was no runny nose, but I was caught in my chest and in my throat, and I was as weak as a kitten. We got to Middleton on Wednesday at about 1:30. We didn't leave it until after 4:30. I slept most of the time on the bus. I didn't even have I got a cup of coffee to go. Fair play to the young lady. I had the energy to sit down inside and have it. They went butter making at 12 o'clock in Cork City. I never knew it existed. I never heard of it before. I never heard any bus driver on about it before. But these guys found it. I would have loved to have taken them to Molly Galvin's on the way. I pitched for that, but the sales attempt didn't go down. I think it went to a vote. We got outvoted. Would have been a pity. I think they would have loved it. They were that type of crowd. We had a great trip. We get back to Dublin. I went to Larry the other night. I went to bed at 6:20, and I put on 2 t-shirts, and the 2 of them were saturated the next morning. A bit improved, but funny enough, I wasn't too bad driving. Just when I'd stop, I do concentrate hard on my driving. I never take my eyes off the road, and it wasn't too bad. But when I'd stop, just no energy. So I got to Dublin yesterday evening, and I went to lay down for a couple of hours, and then I went down. I said I'd try and meet them. I normally try to buy a drink for the people the night before we depart. And I went into Jarky Kelly's, and the minute I went in, the hot air hit me, and I got a fit of coughing, and and I was buckled in two with pain, me two sides. Still affected me a bit, but better today, I have to say. Was outside. We were supposed to be leaving in this morning at 6 o'clock for the airport. I was just half dressed at 5:10, and I got a text from Anne saying that their flight was delayed, and we would go at 8, so we went at 7:45. But that's the place with no cornflakes, so all I had was a glass of orange juice and coffee to go. And when we get back waiting for the second crowd, they went in 9 in the first and lower than 8 in the second. The taxi driver pulled up, Paddy the taxi driver, originally from Coolmore, and now living in Bettystown. So he was inviting me to Laytown. There were a few people spotted me in different parts on the trip. It's always great to hear from people. I didn't see a horse race for a couple of days, and I had no interest because I couldn't fathom the energy to go on internet at all or nothing. No bet yesterday or today, 3 days in a row. That's the first ever. I was looking at some of the results there tonight, and several of our bus horses down, the one that got away, and there's another one, the one there. 3 of them I think won today and 2 yesterday. Anyway, that's what happens. But a great group to the Schlenik and Maher and the Mitrews, and probably leaving out a family as well, but all related back to the Cablehans from outside Sligo, and it was their mother's wish that they would travel together on a trip. And they were very generous in their tip at the airport, which I greatly appreciate. I should be all right in a couple of days again. I'll be back to normal. Even after tomorrow, I've improved the last 5 or 6 hours. I coughed up a lot of stuff a while ago. It's good. I needed a few of them steroid tablets. A man should always have a few on standby. You nearly want a mobile chemist with you. It's been handy. I'd made a few pounds with all that was sick. Joking. Tomorrow's big day with the Coral Eclipse on. We have a horse running in the Prince of Wales for us, Ombudsman. One with a decisive turn of foot the last day. It's an even money shot, so I have to back him and stay with him all year. He'll be our sort of our Sharian. We came across him last year, early in the year, and we stuck by him all year. He was good to us, and let's hope Ombudsman can do the same. It won't be simple because 3-year-olds have won it the last 4 years. 2 of them, Aidan O'Brien, Coolmore, they've won it the last 3 times with 3-year-olds. But we have to stick with, he's rated 28 now, went up from, I think he was put up £11 after winning. In the first race tomorrow, Kerdos is the favourite, but I think he might need more cut. As a decent horse, but an each way bet on that would be West Acre, who will relish the good firm conditions. And in the Owen Newton Cup at Haydock, that Plage to Havre for Andrew Balding. Peter McDonald is riding it instead of Oisin Murphy. He's in enough bother. Big fine, 70k wasn't it? He was fined, but this horse won off 83 and then went off favourite for that big marathon in the marathon, 2-mile race in Newcastle. Was pulled up that day, but made a pleasing comeback the last day. And when the gaps didn't appear in the race, that Stress Free was just nutted off by Almashir. I give that an each way bet. I think it's about 8-1. 225. There's a Coral Challenge Cup. Interestingly, Treasure Time for Willie Haggis, who has won this on a couple of previous occasions, didn't get in at Ascot, was balloted out. So he puts him in here. That would be an each way bet for me, Treasure Time. And an each way bet as well, an old friend of ours from last year runs in the 307 at Naas, Rosato. The only twice it has won was both in Navan with a stiff uphill climb similar to Naas. It was a 20-1 shot there earlier. They're probably playing about 5 places in it. It's rated 60 for Charlie Weld. And young Darrow Sullivan claiming 7. That brings it back to 53. It's worth a small few pound each way if you get the 20s. And it might drift out in price. So get this into the oven. Probably wonder why is he doing back to his old antics. Landed back this evening, no Wi-Fi. Mast that was servicing the local Wi-Fi was decommissioned yesterday out of service. So I rang Imagine and they told me they were trying to get a hold of me, and I says, yeah, I seen two texts in the last week that contact us immediately that upgrade your service. I didn't look for an upgrade or want an upgrade, but I said, why didn't you put in the text that has been decommissioned and you'd have no Wi-Fi? Explain it better. Well, we sent you out a letter. Well, you didn't, because if you did, I didn't get it. So there was words and loud words, and not a happy camper, and he's on about a 6-month contract, and he'd have to send out something. I said, get it going today. Can't get it going today, I have to send it out to you. Some sort of a yoke that you put on, I don't know. I was so annoyed this evening and I was in bad form that I just said, ring me back Monday morning. I might ring them back tomorrow and talk to someone else because it wasn't that helpful, to be honest. As me old lad, you say, you're a bit of a brat. Anyway, bash the bookies over and out.